afternoon, Cowboys. I'm Emily Wickman.
And I'm Blake Broadhurst, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily O.
There's been a rapid increase of students in aviation and space programs. To catch up with the influx of interested students, OSU purchased 5 Cirrus SR-20s to its fleet. OSU's aviation program was established in 1948 and has greatly increased in size since November 2019. The College of Education, Health, and Aviation used funds to purchase the new planes. Lance Fortney, the manager at the OSU Flight Center, said, quote, "The primary reason for the Cirrus models were purchased was to deal with the expansion of students enrolling into the aviation and space program," end quote. In addition to the new planes, the program is also getting a new flight center starting in March, which is reeling in new students from across the nation. OSU is one of 18 schools in the country that offers degrees in aviation, and the new flight center should be completed by August 2021. For more information can be found about the upcoming changes on the ocollie.com. On February 18th, surgeons at King's College in London asked violinist Dagmar Turner to play the violin as they removed the tumor from her brain. In 2013, Turner was diagnosed with a grade 2 glioma after having a seizure during a symphony. When the tumor increased in size in 2019, doctors decided it was time for surgery. The tumor was located in the right frontal lobe, which controls the movement of her left hand. Since she relies on this hand to help her play, she was concerned about her abilities after the surgery. After mapping out the activity in her brain, doctors asked Turner to play the violin during the surgery to make sure they didn't affect any important parts of her brain that would help her perform. Neurosurgeon Kayumars Ashkan acknowledged the importance of tracking out her brain to have a successful surgery. He said, quote, "We knew how important the violin is to Dagmar, so it was vital that we preserved function in the delicate areas of her brain that allowed her to play. We managed to remove over 90% of the tumor while retaining full function in her left hand," end quote. Turner was able to return home 3 days after the surgery, but her local hospital will watch over her throughout the recovery process. Turner expressed how thankful she is for King's College Hospital and their dedication. Since the violin has been her passion since she was 10 years old, she said she's hoping to be back with her orchestra very soon.
It's Thursday on the Daily O, and that means we've got another pup from the Humane Society visiting us here at the studio. Last week, we had 2 beautiful black lab puppies named Regis and Kelly, and Kelly's already been adopted.
When we come back from the commercial break, I'll be sitting with shelter director Jackie Ross to meet a 5-year-old husky mix named Rosie.
We'll be right back.
Because of Cass, I'm more confident behind the camera.
Because of Cass, I have found lifelong friends and amazing mentors.
Because of Cass, I will be able to teach English in Cambodia with the Peace Corps.
Because of Cass, I had the opportunity to intern on Capitol Hill.
Because of Cass, I got to sing at the Vatican.
Because of Cass, I was able to present my research and I won a scholarship for it.
Because of Cass, I'm Miss Black OSU.
Because of Cass, I can help someone else find their voice.
Because of Cass, I'm able to not only have 1, but 2 internships for the summer lined up already.
Because of Cass, I am confident in leadership positions.
Because of Cass, I'm excited for my future and the opportunities I have within my major.
Because of Cass, I can do it, and so can you.
When everything is on the line, one person can change the game. One swing of the bat, one perfect pass, one leaping catch. In the most important moments, one play, one person can make the difference. This is your moment. Your opportunity to change the game for our student athletes. Will you sit on the sidelines? Or will you be a game changer? Join the posse today. Call 405-744-7301 or log on to okstateposse.com. Be a game changer.
I've had a lifetime of little sweet pieces of special. And I just want them to know I love them.
The Cancer Center at Stillwater Medical, the heart of cancer care.
Welcome back to the Daily O. I'm here with Jackie, and we have our friend Rosie here today. Say hi, Rosie. So tell me a little bit about Rosie's story.
Well, this is Rosie, and she's about a 5, maybe 6-year-old. We think she's a husky mix. She's very small for a husky, and she's quiet. And today she's extra quiet because she went to school this morning at the Dogs of Lincoln. Oh, wow. So she's had a full day, so she's a little worn out. So I think she just wants to curl up on a couch and fall asleep. But she was picked up as a stray. Okay. So now she's looking for a new home. We actually found her with another dog, and the other dog already found a home. So she's a little sad her buddy got a home, and she's still waiting.
Yeah. So what do you do in that kind of situation where a dog is used to having a companion and they've now been separated from them?
Well, we just make sure that she gets plenty of attention. That's why I enrolled her in the Dogs of Lincoln program. So she's always with someone. And per husky, that's what she likes. If she's alone in a yard, she likes to find that one open spot so she can get out and come to the shelter. Today she decided that one of the play yards had a little bit of a hole, so she got out of the play yard and went back to her own kennel by herself because she decided it was too cold to be outside anymore.
Yeah, it is pretty chilly out today. So you said that she was a little bit shy. So how does she do around people? Does it take a while for her to get warmed up to them?
It does take a little bit, just like any dog that's unsure. She's a little bit older, so she's a little bit wiser. So she just wants to make sure that she's safe and that she's not going to be any harm's way before she really warms up. But she just needs a patient family that's going to earn her love and trust. And yeah, she's a great girl.
Yeah, that's awesome. So for that school that she goes to, what kind of things do they train them or show them throughout the day?
They learn basic obedience.
Okay.
So sit, stay, shake, lay down. Because she's so easy-mannered and quiet, she's probably getting more just socialized more than any training. We're just looking for a quiet home that will appreciate her for her age. She's a little bit older, so it's going to be a little bit harder to find her a home.
Right. Do you think that she would do well with kids or younger children, or do you think?
I think maybe older children.
Yeah.
I think younger children might be a little too much for her. So I think someone who just, like I said, who wants to sit down with a big bucket of popcorn and watch some movies, maybe go for a short walk and then back inside. That's where she's ready for.
That's awesome. Well, do you have any advice for anybody that is taking in an older dog for the first time or just adopting in general?
Yeah, she is a husky, and huskies are known to be escape artists. So there again, we don't want to leave her alone in a yard. We've had hundreds of dogs in one of our play yards at the shelter. None of them have escaped, and she did find that one spot. So just research that breed. And it gets hot here in Oklahoma, so she can't be an outside dog in the summertime. And for the older part, it's just, I think they're easier.
Yeah.
I would take an older dog over a puppy any day.
Really?
They're more relaxed. They're not going to chew your shoes and your windowsills.
That's always a plus.
They are a little bit more set in their ways, though, so you kind of have to listen to them, see what their likes and dislikes are.
Right. Do you guys typically have a lot of older dogs that come into the Humane Society, or what kind of age group?
We get all kinds, from Regis and Kelly at 9 weeks,
right?
9 months up to 5 or 6 years.
That's awesome. Was it hard to see Regis and Kelly go? I know that.
Oh yeah. But it's good too.
Yeah, it's a good sentimental feeling for sure. Well, thank you so much, Jackie. And it was so nice to meet Rosie today. Before I head back to the anchor desk, let's have Braden Harper tell us about campus resources available to help college students combat stress and anxiety.
We all need a little help from time to time. That's why the OSU Department of Wellness is here to assist students through SAD or SAD.
So our SAD event is just once a year in February, but we host multiple mental health awareness booths and events throughout the year.
SAD stands for Stress, Anxiety, and Depression. This event helps shine a light on uncomfortable mental health topics.
Well, because it's covering mental health topics that I feel like sometimes isn't discussed enough on college campuses, and so we just want to get the conversation going and to bring awareness to it.
The SAD booth included free t-shirts, coloring books, and pamphlets with plenty of useful information.
I think it's important because it's important for everyone to have an understanding of different mental health issues, and to kind of just have an awareness of it, kind of know the signs and the symptoms in case they have a friend or family member who is struggling with something. I think it's really important for them to just kind of have an awareness and some kind of education about it.
Resources available for students include the Student Counseling Center and the Reboot Center. Both are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon and 1 to 5 p.m. by appointment, located in the Student Union. The Department of Wellness encourages students to use these resources if they are struggling and need assistance.
There's counseling services, there's Call Sam, there's TAO, which stands for Therapy Assistance Online, I believe, which is it's basically like you can do a video chat or something with an actual counselor. And then also we have the Reboot Center, which I think students don't know about enough, which is in the student union. And it's basically somewhere they can go to just unwind, and you don't have to talk to anyone. You can there's different games and stuff that you can play to relax.
Reporting from Edmond Lowe, I'm Braden Harper, The Daily O.
Thanks, Braden.
If you'd like to reach out to a counselor, you can make an appointment with the Student Counseling Center at 405-744-5472.
Since last week, the OSU Theater Department has been showing Stop Kiss, a funny yet heartbreaking play about two women whose developing relationship is the target of a hate crime. Chase Congleton gives us the preview.
The OSU Department of Theater has been hard at work these past few months on producing a new show. The OSU Department of Theater is hosting 3 showings this weekend of the production for Stop Kiss right here in Gunderson 203. Stop Kiss, a play written by Diana Sun, is about 2 women who meet in New York City and start to develop a relationship together. Their first kiss is the target of a hate crime, and that's when the question is asked, what is worth fighting for? The production has a successful run last weekend and will have its second round of shows, this time with understudies. Director Jenny Lamb says that it was important for the cast and crew to carefully represent the LGBTQ community in a respectful way.
We had some safe zone training for the entire cast and crew before we started our rehearsal process, so that we really understood the themes of the subject matter, and so that we could really approach it in a cognizant kind of way with our storytelling.
Lamb says she chose to host the show in Gunderson, wanting to make audiences part of the story. Tickets are currently on sale for showings this weekend online and are $12 for general admission, $8 for seniors, and $7 for students with an ID. For the Daily O, I'm Chase Congleton.
Thanks, Chase. Stop Kiss is still in production until this Saturday. Be sure to stop by and support the theater department.
Before we take a quick commercial break and go to sports, we're going to take a closer look at today's weather. Today we are looking at a high of 41 and a cold low of 19 degrees. And I think we can all agree that the groundhog may have been lying when he said that spring was coming soon. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I agree with that. I know I have to put multiple layers on still.
It's getting to the point where I layer up in the morning and it's warming up in the afternoon and I'm hot and sweating, so I have to change it out.
Right. You don't know what to prepare for throughout the day, so it's kind of hard. Now let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have a look at tomorrow's weather and go right into sports.
What is it about Oklahoma State?
This place is special.
Believe me, I know.
It's my home.
I've spent more of my life at OSU than away from it.
So here's what I can tell you. There's just something about Oklahoma State. We've had some pretty remarkable people pass through these walls.
People like Henry Ivan, Ed Gallagher,
Robin Ventura, and Barry Sanders.
I could go on and on about our All-Americans,
our national champions,
and our Hall of Famers.
You could say the people are what make this place special, and you'd be correct.
But it goes beyond the people.
There's something else about Stillwater that attracts greatness.
Maybe it's the hard work that all of us have put in during our time here to make something of ourselves.
Maybe it's the trials we've endured as a family.
We've been tested in ways that most people cannot understand.
Yet we never waver
in who we are
and what we believe in.
We've proven we can win at the highest level.
But winning isn't the only reason why people choose Oklahoma State.
It's more than that.
Our fans don't just cheer for the Cowboys.
They are the Cowboys.
The culture here is bigger than all of us.
It means something to be a Cowboy.
It's the values OSU stands for. The values of being loyal and true.
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 Welcome back to the Daily O. I'm Blake Broadhurst.
And I'm Emily Wickman. Before we get into sports, let's take a quick look at the weather for tomorrow. We're finally coming out of the cloudy weather tomorrow with sunny skies and a high of 51 degrees. And lucky for us, the wind speed is going to go down to 10 miles per hour.
And now let's get into sports. To promote the fact that Bedlam is this weekend, OSU men's basketball connected with students by playing horse. Personally, I haven't really played a good game of old-fashioned horse since high school, but it served as a good jolt to memory of playing the lighthearted game with friends and family during and after school. The feel of the event was carefree, and it excited students and inspired them to support their Cowboys this Saturday at 3 p.m. in the Gallagher-Iba Arena. The Bedlam Pep Rally and Spirit Walk takes place before the game from 2 to 2:45 p.m., starting at the ConocoPhillips Alumni Center. A crowd of OSU fans will walk to the arena, led by our very own OSU drumline. In more college basketball news, another powerhouse fell to an unranked team last night. The 6th-ranked Duke Blue Devils lost to the unranked North Carolina State Wolfpack 88-66. This is the first time an AP Top 10 Blue Devils team lost by 20-plus points to an unranked opponent since February 21st, 1979. Wolfpack guard Markel Johnson scored a career-high 28 points. After the game, Coach Krzyzewski said, quote, "They were just at a different level of competitiveness. We were never there. That's on all of us," end quote. The Wolfpack was able to jump to a 15-point lead at halftime, which quickly grew to a 23-point lead early in the second half. The Blue Devils just couldn't quite keep up. After the game, Duke guard Trey Jones said, quote, "We didn't have the same level of intensity coming out tonight before the game and everything, and it showed," end quote. Duke looks to finish the season strong as they are currently the 2nd seed in the ACC. They will meet the Wolfpack again in early March. In NBA news, John Beilein has officially stepped down as the head coach of the Cavaliers and will be reassigned to a different role in the organization. The Cavaliers are currently the last seed in the Eastern Conference, sitting at 14-40, including losing 13 of their last 15 games. In a statement Wednesday, Beilein said, quote, "This was a very difficult decision for me, but I want to be clear. This was my decision to step down, and I truly appreciate the understanding and support of the front office during this time. I find losing very challenging, and this year has taken a much bigger toll on me than expected," end quote. Associate head coach J.B. Bickerstaff will take over for Beilein. He ran his first practice with the team last night. The Cavaliers look to improve their standings as they currently are 9.5 games behind the 8th seed Orlando Magic. Former Cleveland Browns starting offensive tackle Greg Robinson and free agent wide receiver Quan Bray were arrested at the Sierra Blanca border checkpoint near the United States and Mexico border this week. According to an official statement from the Department of Justice in the Western District of Texas, ESPN's Adam Schefter alleges that former number 2 overall pick in 2014 draft and Bray were in possession of 157 pounds of marijuana, which was stored in several large duffel bags in the rear cargo area of the car they were driving. The 27-year-old Robinson is set to become an unrestricted free agent this offseason after spending the past 2 seasons with the Cleveland Browns. According to Tom Pelissero, the Browns had no intentions of re-signing Robinson this upcoming season. As investigations continue, both Robinson and Bray could face up to 20 years in federal prison. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
Oh, there you go. Superstar.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills.
Okay.
She was going at it.
Stop. If we get them to Detroit by, let's say Monday the 15th. Time's right there. There we go. Yeah. Just, you can't.
Don't want to talk about it.
When you see the water tower, you're gonna make a right.
If we win this, we have one way to get to the playoffs. I know.
Welcome back to the Daily O. I'm Emily Wickman.
And I'm Blake Broadhurst.
Appropriately, today is National Love Your Pet Day. But let's be honest, for many, that is every day. Take your pup on an extra long walk or shower them with tasty treats. Give your feline friend some cuddle time. And while it's easy to bestow some extra love on your companions, today is also a good day to make sure their vaccines and preventative medications are up to date. That will help them be healthy every day. And that's one of the best ways to take care of your animal friends.
Speaking of animal friends, why don't you tell us a little about Sammy and Lola?
Sammy and Lola are my two dogs. They're both miniature dachshunds, and they're really chill. And I think the way that I'm going to show them love today is to give them a FaceTime call after this. Because they're in Florida.
I would love to also give them a FaceTime call.
Okay, yeah, we can do it.
I don't have a pet, so I'll be celebrating with Sammy and Lola today.
Yes, sounds good.
Next, we'll take a closer look at our weather for the week. So this week, it starts with Friday. It's going to be a high of 51 and a low of 33. Saturday's looking like a beautiful day, a high of 61 with a low of 45. Sunday and Monday is going to have a little bit of rain. Sunday's a high of 57 and a low of 44 degrees. Monday is a high of 51 degrees and a low of 34. And finally, Tuesday is a high of 48 degrees and a low of 29 degrees.
Thanks for tuning into the Daily O today. Make sure you're also checking us out on Instagram and Twitter at @thedailyo_TV.
You can also watch us on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, and Suddenlink Channel 112. For the Daily O, I'm Blake Broadhurst.
And I'm Emily Wickman. Have a good night.